Hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today. And this is the Sue Phillips app. I'm so excited because this is my first interview on my Sue Phillips app with an amazing guest, an international guest from originally from Panama. So, my name is Sue Phillips. I am a fragrance expert. I have been in the fragrance industry for many years, having created fragrances for Tiffany, for Burberry, for Tish McAvoy, Avon, and many others, as well as thousands of fragrance lovers who are looking to create their own custom perfume. You know, the other thing that's happened through COVID is that many people have lost their sense of smell and taste. And thankfully, I have actually been at the forefront of helping them regain their sense of smell. So today we're going to talk about everything regarding beauty, fragrance, beauty, brows, modeling, fashion. And my guest today is a wonderful woman that I met a few months ago at a perfume museum. And without further ado, I would like to introduce my dear friend and guest, the beautiful Saida O'Quinn.
Thanks for having me, Sue. Thank you so much. This is such a pleasure. This is an amazing area to meet and talk about everything you want to talk about. Just ask me. I'm all for you today.
Well, Saida, you are my first guest, and I'm so thrilled and delighted that you are here. So let's talk about how we met. Uh, we met a few months ago on our way to a perfume museum in New Jersey, and we shared a car ride, and I believe we had such a wonderful chat. We didn't stop talking. So, what is your interest in perfume?
Well, the most interesting thing that I saw before talking about perfume was when we met, it was mostly like an energy thing. And when we was in the car ride, you were talking to the other lady and you was expressing everything about perfume and your experiences and expertise. And I'm a perfume lover. And then when I met you and you saw me, you said to me right away, I know what is good for you, what kind of perfume you will like, and you hit it in the nail. I said, how does she know? And then when you explain how many years of experience do you have, I was like, wow, you can see anybody and pretty much without even doing a quiz, you can recommend a fragrance just by looking at them. I just want to know, how do you know that?
You know, it's and thank you for sort of recognizing that. So, what's been so
Carl,
interesting is I have been in the fragrance world for a long time, and because of the different ingredients and the different fragrance families, I can pretty much tell if somebody loves fresh fragrances, if they're outdoors and casual and very sort of sporty, or if they like beautiful florals. That means they're a little bit more girly, a little more sophisticated, and very feminine and flirty. Although I must say, some men do happen to like florals as well. And then if
Mm-hmm.
they like spicy, they really love the deep, wonderful spicy notes. So they're sophisticated. They love to, love the browns and the spicy colors and all those. And then the woodsy are the guys who are outdoors and natural. And so when I saw you with your vibrancy and your personality, I said that you are probably a little bit of the lovely freshness to start with, then
Mm-hmm.
going into the beautiful florals, because look at you, you're so gorgeous and feminine,
Thank you.
but you also like a little spice. And so
Yeah.
we created, and then actually you came to meet with me at my perfume studio and you created a fragrance and you named
Yes.
it. Go ahead, tell us.
Well, it was fascinating because for those that don't know, I always used to go to stores like Sephora and try so many different perfumes. And I was like, I want to have my own perfume. I'm an entrepreneur type of female, so I always want to create my own, my name. I'm like, can I make a perfume for myself? So when I met you and you invited me over to your boutique and you said, just fill out this quiz right here, and then you gave me some scents, and there was a scent that had me going crazy. And when you asked me what is my favorite fragrance or perfume, and I said Coco Chanel, like you see right here. I always keep a bottle of Coco Chanel. And you explained to me that the scent that I chose is one scent that is actually in this fragrance. And I was like, oh my God, how would you know? Like, it's something about that smell and the combination of my personality and the quiz and everything. You made a mixture and you made me my own fragrance, which is Organic Curve. I love the way this opens up. It's really like, simple here. You just go like this and you spray it. Oh
Yes.
my God. Actually,
Oh,
ooh, love it, love it, love it, love it. And it's called Organic Curves. Actually, if you guys want to try it, we have it for sale, right, Sue?
yes, absolutely. You can go onto my website, SuePhillips.com, and you can contact us. And if you want the Organic Curves beautiful fragrance, which Miss Saajida has created, you can actually order it. And it is a beautiful fragrance. And I just wanted to show you the different size atomizers we have. Yes, you have the gold, the bronze gold. Isn't that a fabulous color?
Yes, I love it. It's very
The,
classy.
the
Yeah.
rose, bronze, gold. And what I like to do is I call it twist and swivel. So you twist it and you swivel. And
Mhm.
Saida, the great thing is that it is refillable. So you never have to worry about throwing it out. And I love the fact that you took the purple sachet because we also believe in sustainability and to have refills, and you can reuse the sachet. I also have it in black for men,
Okay.
beautiful brushed black, the atomizer. So people, if they take the scent quiz online, they can actually choose the different atomizers. And then we have a very beautiful designer one, the black and gold. And they all twist and swivel, twist and
Mhm.
swivel. So please go to the SuePhillipsApp.com and you can actually see my website, and you can go to the website and you can actually take the quiz. And if you take the quiz, you'll discover your own fragrance family. Now, if you want Saida's fragrance, which is her beautiful custom made signature scent, her formula,
Yes.
you can actually get her formula.
Can you
And
tell me a little bit about my formula so people know exactly like what kind of
yes,
scents are in here?
so I looked up your formula before we started, and I will tell you, Saida, it's a beautiful, beautiful formula. So what it is, it starts with an opening of a lovely, fresh citrus. It has a citrus note to start with. I'm just looking at the formula.
Mhm.
And then it goes into a lovely sort of aldehydic powdery. And that is what Chanel number 5 is made of. So it starts with the freshness and it starts with the powderiness. And then it goes into a woodsy, a very lovely sandalwood, natural sandalwood. And as we have top notes, middle notes, and base notes. And then there's another sporty note, which is called tonic sport, which a lot of men happen to like. It's got juniper berry and it's fresh and vibrant. So we start with the citrus, we go into the floral powdery, really beautiful, and then we go into the outdoor sandalwood, and then the fresh tonic sport, and finally this beautiful, rich, deep amber, the spicy, the oriental spicy, the vibrant spicy. So have you had any compliments when you've worn it, Saida?
Actually, every time I go out because I just want to smell like myself, people stop me. What are you wearing? And I'm like, my own fragrance, my own perfume. Where can I find it? Where can I buy it? What does it have? So people always stop me because it's very It's so
Different.
unique. It's different. It's different. So it smells very, I feel like a queen, like really very royal, actually, a royal scent.
Well, I'm so happy. I've got some people actually telling me right now that they're watching the app and they're loving our show. So I just want to say thank you to the people who are watching. And please, if you would like to call or speak to Saida, we're just going to get started. So here's the number to call. Please, people, go on the SuePhillipsApp.com to sign up and to call if you'd like to speak to me or Saida. The number to call is 877-482-7898. So, Saida, let's start at the beginning. Where are you from?
Well, I am a blended child from parents that were born in Panama, but they're originally from West Africa and Northern Eastern Europe. So I'm a blended child. And I was born and raised in Panama, which is located in Central America. And at an early age, I came into the United States of America and I studied film production and a minor in theater at Brooklyn College. That was the beginning of it because in my country,
There's our first call. Oh my goodness.
how
Hello.
is this?
Hello. Can I see who's calling? Can I hear who's calling? I don't hear you. My producer, can you see if we can hear the caller? Oh, wait.
Hello.
Hello. Who's calling, please?
This is Amber.
Hi, Amber.
How are you?
I'm great. You're talking to Sue and Saida. Thank you for calling. Where are you calling from today?
Massachusetts.
And what is your question for either me or Saida?
I was looking at wanting to take the scent quiz.
Yes.
How do I get that information to be able to do that?
All you have to do is fill out the information because we like to know whether it's for you or for a gift. The information is very, very confidential. You don't have to worry about it. And we love to hear whether you ultimately are loving fresh, fragrance, floral, woodsy, or spicy.
So do I go to the website? Where do I go to get to do the quiz?
Go to the SuePhillipsApp.com and it says take the quiz, or go to SuePhillips.com and you can take the quiz.
So I can go on the app or on the website.
Yes, you can look at the website. But actually, if you go to SuePhillipsApp.com, if you download the app on either iPhone or Android, you can also take it on the iPhone or your Android.
Okay.
Please take the quiz.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling and good luck. Thanks so much for calling.
Thank you. Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Well, that's our first call. So Saida, you're our first interview and that was our first call. So thank you for that. And my wonderful producer, Marcel, is manning the phone. So thank you, Marcel. So you're a blended family. You're from West Africa and Panama. I'm from South Africa. So we have a lot in common.
And Northern Eastern Europe, so it's like a mixture.
Oh my goodness.
And then, so Europe and West Africa. And then I was born and raised in Panama, which is a Spanish-speaking country. So I have a Latin culture. You know,
Yes.
That's how I was brought up. And then I came to America at the age of 18. And I went to college. And then I pursued film production and a minor in theater. And then that's how I got married at the time, have a kid. He's grown now. He's about to graduate.
How old is he?
Huh?
How old is your kid?
22.
Oh my goodness. Well, you don't look like you have a child of 22, Saida, I have to say.
I know. Everybody, when we go out, people think that he's my boyfriend. Honestly, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Anyway, so yes, somebody else is on the phone. I know I've had people texting me saying they want to come on. Hello, is there somebody on the phone?
Yeah.
Hello, please tell us what your name is and where you're calling from.
Hello, my name is Gabriella and I'm calling from California.
Hi, Gabriella. Thank you so much for calling. Do you have a question for either me or Saajida? We'd love to hear from you.
I do. The first comment I have is for Sue Phillips, just to say that I'm loving my fragrance that you created for me, and I just want to say thank you so much.
Oh my goodness! Thank you for calling. How wonderful! I'm so happy that you called. I've made fragrances for thousands of people, so thank you for calling. I appreciate that. So
Well, I
let's see.
also wanted to say that I've actually seen Saida on Instagram, and you are such an inspiration, Saida. And I wanted to ask you, I'm
Thank
actually
you.
a coach, and I work with a lot of mothers and daughters that have been yo-yo dieting their whole lives and who really have struggled with self-esteem as a result of this diet obsession. And I was wondering, just based on your amazing presence online, do you have any advice for young girls that are, considering going on their first diet, that you might be able to just kind of think about some words of inspiration that I could hear from you, because I'm really on a mission to try to inspire young girls and their mothers to give up dieting. And I see what you have going on. You're so inspirational in terms of your self-confidence. And I would love to hear your thoughts on that.
Of course, yes. I am a big body positivity advocate, and I always tell women and men that all of us are made differently, different shapes. That doesn't mean that you have to be skinny or overly, beautiful. Like I tell people every time I see more layers and layers, I say this is more and more inches of beauty. The thing is, like, you have to love yourself, and I always encourage those, do not diet. Diet does not work. But what you can do is
Right.
eat as healthy as possible and exercise. Keep an active lifestyle and be the best you can be of yourself. We are not made to look like everyone else. We are unique in our own ways, but do it as positive and active as possible. There's a lot of girls that I see, they're getting too in tune with social media and magazines, and they feel like they got to look a certain way to be accepted in society. I struggle with that growing up because I am always been on the heavier side. But what I do now is like, you know what? I'm never going to be a skinny girl, or I'm never going to be this, but I'm very active. So I make sure I work out and I eat as healthy as possible. And that makes you so happy. So my advice is like, be the best you can be accordingly to whatever you are able to do. That's the best. You have to have self love for yourself. And if you are made to be thicker than others, this is who you are. Just be the best you can be. I see overly beautiful women. They split, they're in gymnastics, they do pole dancing, they do everything. So there's nothing that this could stop you. One thing I don't agree is with women or men that just give up and they will just eat unhealthy things and gain bad weight. I don't agree with that. But diet is not a good thing. You could create a lifestyle in the way you eat and exercise.
Yes.
Love it. Thank you so much. What beautiful words of encouragement. Thank you so much to both of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much for calling, Gabriella, and good luck to you. What a lovely question, and thank you for sharing your thoughts about, what you want to do for young women. Saida, that was so fantastic. I think
Thank
what
you.
you said was all about confidence, and I have to tell you that it's so wonderful when people are confident, and they reflect their energy and their personality and their individuality. And by doing so, then people, you get such a feeling of, wow, this is who I am. And,
Yes.
look, I'm in the fragrance world, and when people wear the right fragrance, the fragrance that really reflects who they are, they sit up a little taller, they smile more, they feel a little bit more sexy or confident, because the thing that people like is getting a compliment. And when somebody says to you, oh, you smell wonderful, it
Yes.
makes you feel so special. So thank you for that. I think, we're
You're
both in
welcome.
the world of giving confidence. So I know that you are a brow lady, but before we talk about brows, I want to talk about, how did you become this incredible, you're the big, wonderful, incredible plus size model. How did you get involved in that?
Actually, I always wanted to model from the time I came here, but like I was mentioning to the young lady that called earlier, is that I was denied work because I was overweight in the way America view sizes for modeling. So at that time, there was no such thing called curvy models, plus size models. If you didn't fit the size zero, you cannot get the job. So what happens is that one of my clients, she's Oprah Winfrey stand-in model, and I've been doing her eyebrows for quite a while. And Oprah literally asked her, what did she want to do with her life? And she said, well, I want to do a swimwear. I want to be a swimwear designer. And she's like, well, go for it. And she did design different swimwear for bigger tops and then ones for bigger bottoms. So I fit in the bigger bottoms. And one day I was doing her brows, and she sat down. She's like, do you think you can try on one of my swimwears? I'm just trying it out. So I try it on, send her the photo, and this young lady called me one day to model on Times Square one of her swimwears, and it got picked by Glamour magazine online, or one of these magazines, like 25 picks by the publicists and PRs and stuff like that. And since then, I became an ambassador for her swimwear line. And then she flew me to Atlanta, Mexico, and I started promoting. And from that time, I got noticed as a plus size model. I'm still a free agent. I applied for a couple of companies, and they say they don't really know what to do much with me because of the way I look and my body type. So it's work in progress.
Bravo. That's fantastic. The other thing is that we're all different. We all have different shapes and sizes, and you're 100% right to celebrate the shape that we're in. How did you get to be the brow queen? And as I was getting ready today, I thought, oh my goodness, she's going to watch me, and I better
No,
watch
your brows
her.
look great. Your
tell
brows
me,
look great. You always
tell
look
me about.
wonderful.
Thank you, honey. Tell me how you got involved in brows, because I think that's such an amazing, amazing beauty,
Sorry.
area.
I come from a family of painters. My grandfather is a painter, and a lot of his paintings is in big museums in Central America. So I paint. I literally paint. So when I was in film school, I ended up always doing the makeup of the actors and stuff like that. And when I got hired at Sephora, I started doing makeup application, and I became a licensed cosmetologist. So I started doing eyelash extension. And after that, there was a salon belonged to Anastasia inside Sephora, and they had an opening there, and I joined the group. It's a little crazy story, but once I got into it, I learned it the same day. They put clients on me on the same day, and the rest is history. The word came out like so crazy. When I tell you that I used to be like this doing brows back to back, it felt like a sweatshop because it was clients behind clients behind clients. And the word just came out like celebrities, PR people were talking. There was a lady from a magazine. She wrote an article about me. And since she wrote that article, a lot of the publicists started sending their clients to me. And then I started doing house calls, and one thing led to another. They literally invited me to go and work in California, but at the time my son was little, so I was not able to leave New York. So I started working by coastal, and then the clientele started growing. I started working on movie sets, and I decided to go on my own when that location in New York got closed down, actually. And I was invited by Anastasia to come and work with her in California, but I couldn't do it. And then I started my own in New York, and I still freelance for her when she needs me to.
Fantastic. That's amazing. So now you're the brow queen. How wonderful.
Yes, thank
I
you.
just want to remind everybody we're on the Sue Phillips app. This is the first interview we have with the beautiful Saajida. Please download the SuePhillipsApp.com. You can go to the App Store on iPhone or Android. You can see all the interviews that we're going to be doing. Plus, you can see people like Saajida, and you can go back and listen to the interview. We would love to hear from you. For people who are interested in really reflecting their individuality and their personality, we would love to tell you to go to the SuePhillipsApp.com and start the quiz. And I think we're going to have to take a little break for a 2-minute break just for our producer to get organized. And we'll come back after this break and talk about more wonderful things with Saajida. Beauty, brows, modeling, fashion, and everything you want to know about the world of modeling, plus size, regular size, brows, fragrance, fashion, and so on. Thank you so much.
I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Okay. We're back live. Thank you so much. Okay. Saajida, you said, so I'd like to ask you one thing about your business. Having been now such a celebrity in the world of, modeling and brows and beauty, what's one thing that in your business venture that maybe you didn't expect?
I didn't expect to be so overwhelmed with so many things to run at the same time. Sometimes we look at the simplicity of, okay, modeling, okay, eyebrows, but there's so much that goes on the back end to run a successful business. And to be honest, I've been a one business for a very long time. Sometimes I hire like freelancers and people like that. But that's the most difficult thing into running a business. It does take a team. You cannot do it on your own at all. So it's becoming overwhelming. That's one of the things.
Well, I think that is so true right now. I am an entrepreneur and I call myself a entrepreneur, and I'm pretty much a one-woman show too. And I think there's a certain energy about that. When you eat, sleep, breathe, and you're involved in every aspect of your business, it makes you more energized. And I think that's what you and I connected the first time we ever met. You even said that there was an energy that we both had, and I think it's clear to the viewers that we have this. So I think that certainly being a woman in business today is quite exciting because you can be involved in every single aspect.
Yes.
So what I wanted to also know is, if you were, what would your 18-year-old self tell one piece of advice today, because you've done so much? So what would your 18-year-old self tell people as a piece of advice?
That time is precious. Don't waste time because it's not as long as we think it is, and really focus on direction and things that you want to do in life, especially when it comes career wise, family wise. If you want to have kids or getting married, a lot of times I'm hearing, and even myself, we do choose the not the wrong person, but we don't know better, so we waste a lot of time and energy thinking that we have so much time. So me on my 18-year-old is not to procrastinate and choose wisely. I'm wiser now. I have more wisdom. So there are many things that I'm doing now. If I was to do it when I was 18, I would have been further where I was supposed to be. But it's never late. But
No,
yeah.
it's never too late. So you have a son, and you've got your own business, modeling and doing the brows. And let's talk about your personal life. Are you interested in dating again? And if you are, what kind of man attracts you?
Well, I for those who don't know me, I was married for 12 years, and then I got divorced, and then I got engaged, and then the person that I was engaged with passed away. So that's life, goes up and down. And then I took a time off, and I said, I'm open to dating. I know at my age, there's a lot of men that like to approach women, and they're even married or have situations. Like I tell everybody and every man, if you're a married man, do not look this way. I don't like married men. That's number one.
Right.
Number two, he has to be a businessman, an entrepreneur just like me, because that way we can cultivate one another's and inspire one another. I get very bored if the guy has the mentality of a 9 to 5. I get bored. So I know that that's not the kind of man for me. Someone that is also open into living a healthier life, eating healthier, working out, traveling the world, and building an empire that is loving, full, respectful, providing. There's so many things. Like, I don't, do he exist? I don't know. I hope so.
You know what? I believe that I really believe in manifestation and gratitude. And if you manifest something like that, that you want somebody who is a businessman and who's going to like your son and who's going to be wonderful to you, you just have to manifest it. About 2 years ago, just before the pandemic, I did a vision board,
Mm-hmm.
and it's now it's pasted on my fridge. And the first thing was my book. I wanted to write a book. And then what happened was the pandemic happened, and I literally wrote the book during the pandemic. But instead of 2020, that became 2021. So my vision board was a little bit short, but I had to fast forward it. And then the second one was my brand. And then I'm talking about my love life. And then I'm talking about my prosperity. So I've done two. I've done the book, which is The Power of
Great.
Perfume, which I think
Great.
you had,
Yes, I have.
perfume, and my brand. And now I'm going to work on my love life. Maybe we'll start to find somebody together. We can double dating. You never know.
Yes, right. Yeah, I actually was searching certain sites, but I'm so old school. I like to meet people through referrals, and a lot of my friends says, "Oh, Saida, this is a new era. You're not gonna meet people just in regular places. You have to go online." So then I got crazy, like, "Oh my God, which site?" They said, "Oh, go eHarmony or Match.com." I don't know. I don't do very well at that, but I'll give it a try. What do you suggest? Are you open to dating sites or no?
I think you have to be today, because you know what? How are you going to meet people? Certainly during the pandemic, nobody was going out.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, if you are going out, you have to be really careful. So I think social media is the way to go. And, you have such a huge following. I just want to remind people that we're on my app, the Sue Phillips app, but please go to find Saida, who has got a wonderful Facebook page called the Empress. What is your Facebook? Tell us.
Empress Saajida O'Quinn. Empress
Empress
Saajida O'Quinn.
Saajida O'Quinn on Facebook. And you're also on Instagram, right?
Yes, I'm on Instagram is organic curves underscore. That's my Instagram page. I do a lot of fun stuff there on the reels. So you could always follow me on organic curves. And you have to put an underscore. And then you can find me there as well. And on eyebrows is Saajida Brows. And that you can shop directly from my Instagram as well, from Saajida Brows. I have a product line that you can see here. I have my own brow kit.
Oh, fabulous.
That sells online for this is $40. I also have my other kit here is $100 for this. It has the powder, the gel. I'm gonna save one for you, Sue, so you can try it yourself.
I would love that. Thank you.
And I have tweezers, like titanium tweezers. These are really good and professional. They grip your hair. And I have mascaras here. So I have a cute brow and eyebrows areas makeup line that you can purchase on SaidaBrows.com. And
that is so wonderful. I'm so happy. We'll just, yes, I want to just put some other things up, and then we will take a 2-second or 2-minute break. We'll be right back, and then we'll be happy to talk about everything that we want to hear about: beauty, brows, fashion, fragrance. And please, people, please call. The number to call is 877-482-7898. Ask for Saajida or Sue. Go to the SuePhillipsApp.com. Go to Saajida Quinn, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Christina in here again.
I want Christina.
One of these days, yeah. We're going to have
she's the busiest person in Hollywood. So
Christina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, let's bring our current guest. Hang on a second. Let me get up all the info so I get the particulars here. We're going to go deep into olfaction. That's right. Today we are going to talk about the sense of smell. Now, it's been in the news a little bit because of
COVID.
Yeah, COVID and people losing their sense of smell and what that means. And there's been sort of mild discussion about the importance of olfaction and what it might mean if somebody is losing their sense of smell and how it connects to other things. And I will tell you, if you lose your sense of smell, or if you get one of the conditions that alters your sense of smell that makes everything smell bad, trust me, that's an interesting kind of torture that few people get to go through. If you get talk to someone who's had that syndrome, it is not fun. Our guest today has more than 40 years with perfumes, with olfaction, creating brands for celebrities and connoisseurs. Sue Phillips Fragrance Boutique. You can follow her on SuePhillips.com. Is that right? Am I getting that correct? Let's see. Tiffany's very first scent. Just the Power of Perfume. You can find that book as well. And I believe the clubhouse is also called the Power of Perfume. Let's welcome our guest, Sue Phillips. Sue, welcome.
Hello, Dr. Drew. How lovely to meet you and see you. Thank you.
You as well. You as well. So how did you get involved with this? I think that's the most obvious first question I imagine most people ask you.
Get involved in fragrance, or how to help people with COVID who have lost their sense of smell?
First, fragrance first, and then we'll talk about COVID.
Well, quite by chance, I was a singer and actress from South Africa. I came to America and at the time didn't have a green card, but was able to stand up in front of people and speak. And at the time, a headhunter thought I'd be good in training. And I got a position at Elizabeth Arden. And I traveled around the country doing training sessions, obviously having learned a little bit about fragrance beforehand, and realized the power of perfume and the incredible significance it has for people to make them feel confident and special and sexy and, reflect their individuality and their personality. And so I was hired by Elizabeth Arden. Okay, so that was a little bit of my background, just to show that fragrances can be really very helpful in the world of healing. And, Saajida, I don't know if you've met anybody who's lost their sense of smell or taste, but it's devastating. And You had mentioned that you're from Panama and you've this wonderful background. What are the fragrances that are memorable to you as a child growing up and that are important to you?
Well, my grandmother loved Tresor. So I was,
Oh,
yes.
I worked on that at Lancome when I was at Lancome.
Yeah, so I grew up smelling Tresor a lot. And she had different toilets, very floral, because Panama is a very humid and hot weather country. So people tend to use during the day very floral fragrances.
Right.
And at night, if they go into a special occasion, everybody was like Tresor, Tresor. Everything was Tresor. So I grew up smelling Tresor. My grandmother just loved Tresor, and she has other ones. I don't remember the names of them, but they all had this, like it was stronger. Let's say if you use it today and in your clothes, you can smell it for a whole week.
Right.
Like I don't know that I do you find that there's a difference with the perfume of back in the days and the perfumes of today? Because they last longer, they were stronger.
You're absolutely right. The fragrances have changed so much. And in fact, what's happened is that there are certain regulations that have been enforced onto the cosmetic and fragrance industry so that certain ingredients are no longer able to be used. And people contact me all the time and they say, "Oh, Sue, what's going on? My fragrance has changed. I can't get it. The formula is different." And that's because some ingredients are no longer able to be used, which is very sad because, I don't know anybody who's ever suffered from a certain floral ingredient. They have peanuts. Peanuts are still being sold and people get allergic to peanuts. So fragrances, there are certain regulations, but the Tresor fragrance you were talking about was actually a lovely floral orangey fragrance. And I have a kit that I developed, which has got 18 of my fragrance blends. And you can actually go through the kit and you can try all the different blends from light citrus, floral, woodsy, spicy, and it's available also on the app. And so for people who really want to try different fragrances, they can do so by going onto this.
So this is a kit that you sell with different scents, and then from there they can make their own combination, or this is like very unique um, perfumes.
Each one is a perfume on its own.
Okay.
Each one, they are actually really very beautiful perfumes, and they span the entire range of the fragrance wheel. Whether I'm trying to get it the correct
Angle. I know.
It's hard to do that when you're backwards and forwards. But it's citrus and floral and woodsy and spicy and rose and gentle floral and gardenia. And the ones that you have are in here. The fragrance that I made for you is in here.
So I have a question for you now. What is your favorite perfume of all times? Like not one that you did for yourself, but like the ones that they sell in the market. Which one is your favorite?
Well, I'll tell you honestly, and this is very interesting. I was hired to be the vice president of Tiffany, and it was a real wonderful honor and such a treat. And so we created a fragrance. I was working with the chief perfumer of Chanel because at the time, Tiffany wasn't in the fragrance business, but they did a joint venture with Chanel. Mm-hmm. And so they said, "Sue, go and work with the perfumer of Chanel." So I went to Paris and we created a beautiful perfume, which was the original Tiffany perfume. It was a very rich, beautiful quality tuberose with orange flower, jasmine, and gardenia. And it was quite a beautiful fragrance. And it did really, really well. And sadly, after I left Tiffany and then I left to have my daughter, they added a few more fragrances. And then they licensed the fragrance to Coty. And Tiffany came out with different variations on a theme of Tiffany or sheer Tiffany or Tiffany this or that. But so many people contact me and they say, Sue, I missed the original Tiffany fragrance. Can you recreate it for us? And I have actually come up with something very beautiful. And I would love to help Tiffany regain and recreate their Tiffany perfume. So that is the fragrance that I really loved, but it's no longer available.
Well, you can make it yourself and use it for yourself, right?
I do. Saajida, do you have any advice for any young women getting into business, the beauty business, the modeling business? Please let me just tell everybody we're with Saajida O'Quinn. The wonderful Organic Curves is her website, and also Saajida Brows. Her Facebook is Empress Saajida O'Quinn. I'm so happy that you're here, my first guest on my Sue Phillips app. So tell us what advice you have, and what do you think is your destiny for your future? You know, I always like to go in beginning, middle, and end. And the beginning was that you're a young girl in Panama. Your middle is you're doing this incredible work with brows and organic brows and your modeling. So what is the future for Saajida?
When I'm going to start from the beginning, when it comes to opening a business or embarking in a career path, I always believe and I advise everyone that you must love what you do. You have to have a passion. Then money will follow from it. Because think about how many years you're going to spend time doing something that you don't like. It could be frustrating. It could make you sick. So first of all, find something that you want to do, that you love to do it, and then build from it. Some people say that not everybody was born to be a business person. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I observed the difference between people. Some people don't like that responsibility or don't feel that they can do it. But honestly, we all have the gift to become a business and entrepreneur. It's just your confidence and how much you believe in yourself. Then if you believe in yourself, you find something that you really like, go for it. There's going to be ups and downs. In no business, there's a straight up line. You're going to go like this. So don't give up. Just keep going. In terms of where I would like to go, I have so many gifts, more than brows, more than doing modeling. There's so much more for me to give back to the world. I feel like I have a purpose in this life to leave something, and it's by building people confidence that you can do whatever you put your mind into it. I'm a believer of energy. You attract energy. I tell people if we could talk on the phone and this signal, you could talk to somebody in Africa or somebody in Panama. These are all energy waves. So we have to bring the energy wave to our own selves, and you have to believe so they could connect. But the problem is that most of us are grown into a society that is full of chaos, so we breed doubt in ourselves. That's the main reason. So you cannot have no doubt. You got to say, I'm going until the wheels fall off, regardless of how hard it looks, how difficult it's gonna be. Just keep going. As me, when the pandemic came, I did something that it was crazy.
Important issue affecting some people.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I did something that it was crazy. I always had a fetish on tractor trailers. I took 5 weeks and I went and I acquired my CDL Class A license because I wanted to drive those 18-wheelers vehicle. And everybody looked at me like, I did.
That's incredible that you did that.
I did it over the pandemic. I said, I want to learn to drive these stuff. So I did. So I love to challenge myself, and eventually, if we could act in a movie, I love acting. That's the beginning of my career in my life, and it got diverted to family through other things. So eventually I should end the same way, but I know I have to go through different roads in life, and I'm enjoying the journey. My thing is enjoy the journey, and we are not gifted with one thing. We have several things. We have to find the one.
We have such similar pathways because I started my career as an actress. I was 10 years old in South Africa. I came to New York and they said, forget it. We have 20,000 out of work actresses. We don't need another one. So that's how I got in the cosmetic industry. And now recently I've gone back into acting. In fact, on my app, I have a play that I was in called Letters from Versailles. So I think that we have so many pathways that are similar. And, right now what I'm doing is really helping people really regain their sense of smell from COVID. And you are helping people look more beautiful and be more confident with the work that you're doing. If you don't mind, I'd love to just show you just a little clip of how we've actually helped people. And this is important to show that to people that, when you've lost your sense of smell and taste, life can be very, very, very devastating. You don't want to go out and you don't want to enjoy food because you can't smell or you can't taste it. So we can have just a quick little clip of that, and then we'll finish off our wonderful interview with you.
Sure.
An important issue affecting some people recovering from COVID, which is a long-term loss of smell. You've talked about this plenty over the past year. A recent study from the UK suggests that it could be related to brain tissue loss caused by coronavirus. Now, our chief medical correspondent here, Dr. Jen Ashton, is going to help take in an in-depth look at this really here.
And we're not clear exactly what causes this, but this is a growing problem. So we're taking a look at fragrance expert and self-proclaimed Santrapreneur, see what I did there, Sue Phillips, who's helping folks suffering from long-haul COVID symptoms regain their sense of smell in an interesting way. Check it out.
I've been in the fragrance industry for 43 years, and lately we've been helping COVID long haulers regain and rediscover their sense of smell. I've developed 18 beautiful fragrances, and I call it a scent healing journey, to see if they can actually identify and if they can actually smell something. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a neuroscientist, but fragrance is incredibly powerful.
I got COVID in April of 2020. It has impacted my work tremendously. As a nurse, we're required to do assessments on patients. I don't feel that I can assess patients properly because I don't have the smell.
Hi, Marianne, welcome. I just want you to relax, and I'd like you just to concentrate. If you need to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. Okay, nothing?
No.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to smell your sleeve. Just shake your shoulders and start again.
Oh, something.
Aha. What is the something?
I want to say melon.
So guess what's in this one? Pomegranate, strawberry, honeydew melon, and berries. Marianne, you're nodding your head.
This is nice. I'm just taking it all in. Gotta take it all in. Yeah. It's been such a long time.
Okay. And you can actually smell those after 14 months of not being able to.
So there you can see how people can really have a whole life, a change of life, just by getting their sense of smell back. So
that's amazing. What made you come up with that idea, like how to help people regain their smell through fragrance? Like how you thought about it one day in the morning, like, okay.
What really happened was it happened just quite by chance. I'd written my book, The Power of Perfume, and NBC wanted to do a story about it. And the day before the interview, they called me and they said, Sue, do you think you can meet with somebody who's a long hauler? That means that they've lost their sense of smell for many, many, many months, over a year in some instances. And I said, look, I really don't know, but I'll try. And what I did was I took her on this fragrance journey, which is what I did with you. When you came to my studio, I showed you all my perfumes. You went through the whole fragrance journey and you evaluated everyone. I did that with this woman. And by the time she got to the 13th one, she smelled something. She said, "Oh, it's beautiful." And she started to cry. And it became so incredibly powerful that this woman was able to regain her sense of smell. So it went kind of viral, and I've now helped over 115 people regain their sense of smell. And so that is why I also came up with the scent healing kit, which is, this idea to really help people go through the fragrances and try each of them. And it's been great. It's been so exciting for me to be able to help people through my passion, to really help them get back their sense of smell.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's a purpose in life. We are here
to
help one another.
Yes, exactly. So Saajida, I'm so excited to have this time with you, and sort of some last thoughts for you, of all the things that you're doing, the acting, the brows, your modeling, and you're such an influencer. Your Facebook fans just love you. You have so many, and I just want to say thank you to all of your Facebook followers for following you. And
Twitter and LinkedIn. A couple of people from LinkedIn and Twitter as well. Thank you for joining this live stream.
Absolutely. And I would love to just again say how wonderful it was to meet you. We met at that wonderful perfume museum. It was in New Jersey, and Gupta is the owner and was so gracious. So thank you to Gupta for introducing us and for showing us a beautiful museum. And I think that we are both women, female business entrepreneurs. I'm a entrepreneur, and you're a brow entrepreneur. Brows. We have to find a word for that. But just a couple of other things. Tell it where people can find you. I know you mentioned it, but tell where people can find you on your social media.
Yes, on my social media, if you're looking for Instagram, you can follow me for the brows. That's Saajida Brows, which is spelled SAAJIDABROWS. So it's Saajida Brows.
Right.
That will be my Instagram. And if you want to follow me on my Facebook page, you go to Empress Saajida O'Quinn. And also I have a big Instagram on body positivity, which is called Organic Curves. There's that on Instagram as well. So there's so many ways to follow me and to find me. It's really simple. If you go on Google and you Google my name, Saajida O'Quinn, all of my social platforms will just come line up, and then you can go from there. It's pretty simple. Just Google my name and everything will come up.
Fantastic. And for people who might want to, let's put up the number again one last time and see if people are going to call. The number to call here is 877-482-7898. As we start to wrap up, if you'd like to call Saajida or me, we would love to hear from you. Amber called earlier and Gabriella called us earlier. Please download the app, the SuePhillipsApp.com on iPhone or Android. Please follow me on Sue Phillips Fragrances, also Scentfully Sue. I'm the real Sue Phillips 1 on Instagram, and the first lady of fragrance, as they say, and Scentifiers. So I just wanted to say thank you so much, Saajida, for coming on. I appreciate it. It's been so wonderful talking to you and getting to know you. And you have to come back to Manhattan. Well, you're in Manhattan. Come back uptown and we go out and hang out again.
Definitely. I can see us acting on a play eventually in the near future. You never know.
Absolutely.
We could do that on Broadway.
Well, thank you so much. Lots and lots of love. Enjoy your fragrance that we
Thank you.
And if people want to order it, tell them how you like it again.
Yes, you can actually go to her website at SuePhillips.com or Sue Phillips app, and you can order my fragrance. It's called Organic Curves, and it's a very elegant, very royal. It is for women, and it has this exotic scent to it, and it will remind you of me. So if you have a personality that is very bold, very confident, and elegant and sexy at the same time, think about a fragrance named Organic Curves. Definitely. And how much is it? Like $195,
$195
right?
plus shipping and tax, and it's refillable, reusable, and it's wonderful, high quality. It's perfume. It's not eau de parfum. It's not cologne. It's not eau de toilette, and it comes in a beautiful satin, luxurious purple satin.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the house of fragrance. Love it.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you for coming in to the our Sue Phillips app today. Our first interview with the beautiful, magnificent, wonderful Saajida Quinn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Sue.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.